make some Illinois for Chicago's own Daniella Monet!
I don't know if I've ever shared this, but I actually went behind my agent's back to do a general with Disney. Essentially turned into testing for Hannah Montana. It was me, Miley, and Taylor Momsen.
The one-woman show. That is Chicago. Did you improv some of it? Was it in the script?
The actual singing of the song was me just improvising.
Was there anyone in the cast that you're particularly close with during the filming?
There was an article published about a potential Victoria spin-off. I thought it was really sweet to see all of the support from the cast members of the original show.
Yeah.
Ari showed up in a way that and prefaced things in a way that made me look at the whole new experience in a really amazing, purposeful light.
I never understood a single word he said, but I helped him drink his wine.
Woo! Ow, ow! We do that every time. You know, we got to get a little wooing going on.
Like to howl.
Howl at the moon. I'm Jonathan.
Hey y'all, it's Anthony.
Welcome back to Counter-Melodies. We've got an awesome guest coming up. But before we jump into that, what's going on?
You know, we just recapped our Grammy situation.
We did.
So I feel like there's not too much to update the world on, but
Well,
there is this. We did our first ever kitchen double yesterday.
Yes.
It was a kitchen double.
Not just double, like overlap.
Yes,
moment.
Our guests actually met each other.
Yeah.
One on the way out, one on the way in.
Do you want to share who those guests were?
I think we should. Do you want to do the honors?
Thank you. Our first guest was the one and only JoJo.
Not the only, because there is Siwa.
You got me. Well,
But the one JoJo.
right.
Is
yes.
here.
It's just too little too late. Loved having her in.
She was everything.
And then as she was leaving, our next guest, Lea Salonga.
I'm going to cry.
And for those of you that don't know, you might not know the name, but you know the voice. Of
course you know the voice.
She is the voice of Princess Jasmine. So she sang A Whole New World in the original movie, as well as Mulan. She sang Reflection.
That's right.
There's other songs in
There's
Mulan,
other
right?
songs, yeah, for sure.
So that was really cool. And they got to connect for a second. They both have done Broadway. So obviously they were like, oh yeah, when did you wrap up that show? And
They were kind of fangirling over each other. It was really cute.
it was really to witness that and also be like,
Hey, yeah, I
kinda made that
introduced
happen.
them. So,
Yeah.
shall we just get into our intro?
I think we should. Is this the best intro ever? The medium introist ever?
I think it's close to the best.
Okay, let's
We'll
hope
see.
so.
Here it goes, everybody. Today's guest is truly an icon from our childhoods, well, at least mine. Known for playing one of the most beloved TV sisters on Nickelodeon's Victorious, and of course being the best singer in the cast. She's gone on to become a lifestyle entrepreneur, and we're going to dive into the highly anticipated Victorious spin-off announcement later on. Y'all, make some Illinois for Chicago's own Daniella Monet!
I hadn't heard that yet. I love that.
I know you're not from Chicago in real life, but
I am though, in my heart.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here.
Oh my gosh, we have so much to talk about. You've been one of my dream guests for this. I'm so happy you're here.
Oh,
Yeah.
let me tell you, it's so mutual. I'm so happy to be here. I love you guys. I love being in a kitchen. I love all things colliding.
I know, we were just talking off camera. I guess a little bit on camera too, but you're quite the chef.
Oh, I don't know about that. I just love food.
Yeah.
And, Italian, right?
Italian.
So, you get it.
Right.
That's right.
It's just a part of who we are.
The bonding
It
over
really
here.
is.
Yeah.
I'm
Now,
sorry.
I know. I feel very
Yeah,
left
that's
out.
okay. Honestly, for every Italian in the world, we also need equal parts everything else.
Right. I mean, but isn't there a little bit of a joke on Jewish people and Italians with a lot of overlap?
Oh my goodness.
So I get, okay, great.
Yes.
Can I do that? Or is that?
Oh, no, you can't. By the way, absolutely.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we disagreed on that.
I personally took offense.
Oh,
Could you imagine?
maybe you guys just flip it.
Oh, it's like Salt Bay.
So,
Is that a dated reference?
No, I mean, not for me at least.
wait, is that a specific I mean, I know the video looked like that meme.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah.
His name is Salt Bay?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like BAE? Or BAY, like
I
the
have
Bay?
no idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
undetermined.
Okay. We'll research it. We'll come back. We'll do
Thank
a full
you.
episode on
Yeah,
it.
in the
course.
blurb.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, anyway, in the podcast that we do here, we love to dive into people's origin stories and kind of what got them into music. And I know you're such a musician.
I really, truly, in
so
my core.
this is perfect.
This is.
We discussed last time, I'm the biggest Victoria stan of all time. Like,
Yep.
there's just simply no bigger stan than myself. So I'd love to kind of hear about, like, your origin story in that world. Like, I know you did a bunch of shows beforehand. You were on Sweet Life and Zoe 101, et cetera, et cetera.
Listen up.
Oh, yeah, that too.
What's Listen Up?
It was a CBS show. It's a sitcom.
With
Very classic
Jason
family.
Alexander from Seinfeld.
Yeah.
This is very Jonathan to know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
well,
Well, because I knew walking into today, I'm like, I will never be able to keep up with the Victorious conversation.
So he said, I'm going to be
Yeah,
a stan
that's
of
fine.
everything
He's like,
else.
listen up.
But I'm gonna like grab the rest of the things. Yeah.
Amazing. But what kind of got you into that world? Like, how did you get started?
Well, I grew up in LA. So I was lucky to be adjacent to Hollywood. I was out in the valley, but within an hour's drive. And my mom got me into auditioning when I was probably like 5 years old, and I started doing commercials until I was like 13. I loved commercials. I loved performing. And that kind of it ran. Like, I didn't do... I would say my first big break was Listen Up, actually. I was about 14 years old. My very first series. Prior to that, you guys, it was kind of a whirlwind. Like, I don't know. I think probably the most interesting piece of my career for some of your listeners was when I was getting into the world of wanting to do Nickelodeon and Disney. And I was coming off this sitcom on CBS. And back when I was coming up, if you were on a network show, it got a lot of hype. It got a lot of clout. Like, I was in TV Guide and Cosmopolitan and Teen Vogue. And like, it was supposed to be that, like, from that point on, I think in my team's mind, I was jumping into theatrical. Like, I was up for the 40-Year-Old Virgin. Like, I was up for movies, like Juno at the time, like big movies.
Wow.
I did not want to be doing those things. Contrary to like some real actors' dreams, I wanted to do Nickelodeon and Disney.
I love that.
I don't know if I've ever shared this, but I actually went behind my agent's back to do a general with Disney. And that general in the same day essentially turned into testing for Hannah Montana. So it was me, Miley, and Taylor Momsen. And that experience was so fun. I was probably about 4 or 5 years older than them. And I remember just being kind of like motherly and going downstairs to the cafeteria and bringing up French fries for Miley and I. And I had to sing my heart out. And you guys, I sang multiple songs. But the one that I led with was Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog. I don't even know if that's what the song is. That's the one.
Rolling on a
Yes.
Proud Mary, right?
What's
Is that
it
a different song?
I think it's a different.
Oh wait.
Song.
Oh my God, Joy. Oh my God,
Joy
what's
to
it
the
called?
World. Yes,
What's it called?
actually, yes.
Hey, there's something.
It's Joy to the World. I don't know why I called
What
it
is it
Jeremiah Was a
called?
Bullfrog. That's the most memorable line in my book.
No, Joy to the World is
No.
the joy
Oh,
wait.
to the world. No,
I
I think
the girls.
Yes, no, that is the same song.
Joy to you.
Wait,
No, yes,
is it not
but
the
what
same?
is it? What's a good friend of mine? What is that song
Oh,
called?
are you asking me to sing it?
Oh, would you like to sing it?
Yes.
please. Okay, give it to us.
I was sick last week,
Okay,
guys.
so we're gonna quickly do some setting of the scene.
Yeah, so we're in this room at Disney. It's like a big lobby type vibe, and we're all kind of sitting in different areas. Miley and I sat the closest. I think if I remember correctly, my mom and her mom were like chatting. We're all like for hours, I believe, going in and out of this room to do this audition, this piece. And then they would have us sing. They'd have to come up back outside, give, notes, whatever, go back in. I go in. I'm ready to sing my song. And it goes a little something like this. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. He was a good friend of mine. Well, I never understood a single word he said, but I helped him drink his wine. Yes, he always had some mighty fine wine. I'm singing joy to the world.
That's it, the title,
there it
we
is.
think.
Yeah. And I went on a little longer than probably should have or needed to. I think they saw what they needed to see.
Which was what?
I mean, let's be honest.
Vocal expertise.
That was a lot in a few lines. I gave them a lot to go off.
That was fearlessness.
So that was that.
No, but imagine being, what were you, 13 at the time?
I was 16. So
Okay.
I played young for a while.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah.
imagine you're 16 playing 13 and you walk in a room and they're like, and you go behind your agent's back, and then that afternoon they're like, sing, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna just whip this out.
Yeah, that was the one.
There it was.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It was a beautiful experience. I really enjoyed it.
Well, now I have a follow-up question. You said your mom was there.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a sore subject now, I guess, but Billy Ray ended up stepping into the show and like playing Miley's dad. Were your parents ready to like step into the show?
You know, and that's where it really got a little dicey in our relationship. You know, I would have done that for my kid.
Right.
You know, no, that wasn't actually of a topic of conversation. It wasn't offered to my parents, unfortunately.
Okay. They're not country superstars?
Not at this point in their career, at least as far as I knew.
Well, what if they're doing like a Hannah Montana thing?
Oh.
Full
and
circle.
Your parents are secretly...
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
The deceitfulness.
Yeah, like, who would it be? Like Faith Hill and...
Tim McGraw.
Could you even imagine?
Oh, your secret parents.
I don't know how I'd feel about it.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't really want anyone to step on my shadow. Like, I really feel like I earned that spot.
You're the vocalist.
Of course. Mm-hmm. Would you have shoved your mom out of the way if she like tried to?
I would have done what I had to do, and I think that's really just sort of for me to know in the moment.
Of course,
you know, you do what you have to do.
Right. Well, acting is just reacting.
It is just
so you can't
reacting.
really plan it.
You can't. I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Billy Ray stepped in. He was the dad, and I think the show is great, and it was exactly what it needed to be. But I was just in love with the idea of doing Disney.
Yeah.
And then they were so nice, like Catherine Stroud, Lisa London. Those were the casting directors that were like big at Disney at that time. And I did Sweet Life, and actually tested for another show, I think actually just before this, that was by Michael something, who did That's So Raven.
Oh.
And it was so cute. So I knew that like there was a world where I could be in the kids' world, and that's really what I wanted to do. And so I just kept trucking along, you know?
And then how many years later was Victorious?
I was 18 when I got the pilot. So just a couple years later. And that was a whole experience, because the sides that we got for Victorious, we all had the same sides for every character. So it was for this character named Alex. It was like a very general character, but the sides were incredibly orchestrated in that it reminded me of, I had also auditioned for All That at one point in time, and All That was the same sort of like circus. You really had to jump through hoops for their auditions. Like they wanted to see every dialect you could do, every natural ability, every stretching. It was really exciting. So that was kind of like the Victorious sides, like a little bit of everything, crying, laughing, singing, dancing, like all of it in one material.
All the emotions.
So did you go into it knowing you were up for Trina, or?
No, you really had no idea. I mean, at least as far as I remember, there was, I didn't know. I knew that there was, I would imagine there was a breakdown that I was right for, but like the material itself, like you kind of had to do your own spin and just hope that it fit the role.
So did you audition as this general character
pretty much.
singing seriously, and then they called you back for the tone deaf sister?
Yeah, no, I think that, to be fair, I don't know that the sister was ever as tone deaf as she turned out to be.
That's real.
Yeah, so I think that there was a really beautiful alliance in her and I, that we just sort of agreed that we were going to do this the right way, which was as authentic as possible.
I think my favorite episode of Victorious, to go like a little sideways right now, is the one where they figure, or one of my favorites is the one where they figure out how Trina got into Hollywood Arts to begin with. It's so good.
The psychedelic, like crazy,
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's actually insane.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go ahead and confess early on that I love you.
Thank you.
You're everything.
Right.
I've watched highlight of Best of Trina Vega. I have not watched all 3 seasons.
Totally fine.
Or maybe I have, but just like back in the day.
Yeah, sure.
So can you quickly catch me up? You can do like a 2-sentence. How did you get into the school?
I honestly feel like you would do a better job of it.
Okay, great. So let me tell you everything.
Perfect.
So this is who Trina Vega is. Basically, she is somehow part of Hollywood Arts, and she has that little sister named Tori.
Yes.
Who we know personally.
We do.
But Tori was going to regular people's school at this time. And Trina was rehearsing for her big showcase. What do they call it? Okay.
Yep.
Her big,
The big showcase. It was a
Was it
showcase.
the big showcase?
It was the big showcase.
This is the
Yes.
So then,
Okay.
and she was working with Andre, who was like a prodigy pianist played by Leon Thomas.
Leon Thomas, okay.
Who
Yep.
she was calling Andrew the whole time because she didn't want to learn his name, right? Is that what happened?
It's taking me back. That's
Me
great.
knowing this off the dome. And then to like try to make her voice in perfect condition, she was drinking some Chinese herbal tea, which then made her tongue swell up as she had an allergic reaction.
Right.
But the show still had to go on.
Of course.
And Tori was standing in the wings and happened to know the whole song because she was there for the rehearsal.
Of course.
And she also happens to be an incredibly talented singer and dancer who knew all of this choreography to this upbeat number, even though the song was initially a ballad.
Of course.
But she just happened to know it all.
It's magic.
And
Right.
that's the story of Tori and Victorious, and that's how it all happened.
But I thought there was a story
So
about
then
how
she got in.
didn't we find out how Trina got in?
Oh, that's a different episode.
That is a different episode.
Okay.
That one, it's like very,
It's
Very
trippy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
Did you earn your space at Hollywood Arts?
I'd say.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say there's room for everyone, with some
Sure.
sense of artistic ability.
Sure.
Gosh. And then so there's that episode where he was like, he drank some bad coconut
Yes.
water. Yeah. The teacher, he was very into coconuts.
Okay.
Me explaining the plot of Victorious is crazy. It's
so good.
But like he was really into coconuts and like he had some bad coconut water, which was making him have hallucinations. And he saw Trina as this like genius, which then
Of course.
got her in. That's kind of the story, right?
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
that
It
is
really
that is
was.
essentially
Wow.
it.
And then there was another episode where everyone had to re-audition because Helen from Drake and Josh
Yes.
became the principal. And then Trina saved her life or something because she was getting attacked by like robbers or something. And that's how she stayed in.
It's coming back to me now. Wow.
But no, that was definitely my hyperfixation as a child was Victoria. So I know everything.
Wait, what year was that? 2014?
A little earlier. I want to say like 2012.
See, the years all blend.
Yeah.
And the show has been on for so long outside of us filming it that I'm
Right.
always so confused.
Right.
Because then it's you shoot at one point, it airs at another, and then it kind of just, I don't know, it has legs beyond you.
Yeah. Because what was I think part of why I didn't watch the show at the time was also that I was also at a performing arts high school
yeah.
at the exact same time.
Oh.
And also
All consuming.
Right. And as we had talked about, I grew up with Ariana. So it was
Yes.
kind of as soon as she left to go do the show, I was doing the real life version of it. And I think it was just a little too close to home overall.
I don't blame you. I could only imagine being in your position because you're I now have to hustle harder because this is existing in the fake world and I need to
Right.
make this happen for reals.
Yeah.
That is so
And
powerful.
my best friend from my freshman year, she actually left our school, moved to LA to pursue TV and film, Nickelodeon stuff, and she was at the real, the one that they were basing it off of. What school's
Oh.
out here?
That I think if I remember, are you talking about the facade of what's
No. The
there is another one. Yeah, I think it's the school that Vic went to, right? Wasn't it called? It starts with an M.
yeah,
In Sherman Oaks or something.
It's not a
it was
Hollywood
it was an art school.
It's essentially what conceptually Hollywood Arts was a performing arts high school out here in LA.
Right.
Yeah.
So my best friend left ours to come to this one it was just a lot
How
at the same
funny.
moment. Yeah.
That is a lot.
Do you find, because obviously that role has, like you just mentioned, it's lived on for so many years. It's still very popular, in the cultural zeitgeist. Do you feel like people expect you to be Trina to this day in real life?
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you like that?
I don't mind it.
Okay.
Not at all.
You've done a great job leaning into it online, and
Yeah.
I feel like you've done such a great job of how do I put it? Leaning into the character without milking it for all it's worth.
Oh, thank you.
It's actually very fun to watch how you repurpose Trina into what you already kind of were doing.
Oh, thank you.
That's really
I think
fun.
it's you just want to pepper it in and also lean into I'm in on the joke, hopefully.
Yes. That's the thing. It's you can tell that you're in on it.
Okay,
as opposed
good.
to just really wanting to have a moment.
Oh, good,
And I
good,
think that's
good.
what makes it really fun to watch.
Oh, good. Thank you.
I think that so much of Trina's cultural impact also derives from the one-woman show.
Oh, yes.
That is Chicago.
That is.
Or
Mhm.
Chicago, if you will.
I will.
I need to ask you just everything about that. Did you improv some of it? Was it in the script? Do you remember?
It was the Chicago bit of it all, the actual singing of the song, was me just improvising. All I had to go off of was I'm coming from the air and landing, right? And then like from that was just what happened next.
Whoa.
Yeah. Not necessarily the song so much, but like, of course, like everything I chose to do was the way I sang it and the body that came with it. That was all just in the moment reacting. The bit where I was, the crutches bit.
Yeah.
That was a like knockoff of an existing bit,
Oh, really?
guys.
Wait.
Like already in the show or
No.
in real life?
Like from ages ago, as far as I remember. Yeah, like if I remember correctly, I think I was shown a video of a bit from something.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I obviously did it exactly. I think it's impossible for me to actually do anything exact. Like
Sure.
it's within the Trina vein. But I remember taking inspo and going from there.
I love it. It's just so iconic. I'm a woman in Chicago, and I'm scared.
And it's
so
one of my
good.
favorite.
I think I didn't understand like what was happening in the moment. Like
Yeah.
I think I just did it how I felt Trina would do it,
Right.
and then hoped for the best.
That must have been such a fun role to do. Did you get a lot of feedback, like with the Chicago performance or anything? Did you get a lot of feedback from the team, or is it like let her do her thing?
Yeah, no, I feel like we took a lot of liberty and also was given a lot of like room, a lot of agency to just kind of play, which I'm so appreciative. Being a part of an ensemble cast, you really do get to have fun in your character because there's so much other stuff represented that like, why not, you know? And I think I was pretty, I remember being pretty supported on like the choices I've made.
I have the just goofiest smile on my face right now, you guys. I'm so sorry. This is just so cool. I love hearing
so glad
about
that
the
you
show.
have fond memories around Victorious, and because so do I.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's our new goal is for our kitchen show, just to, start knocking off all the cast members,
Yes,
just
you
one by
must.
one. That's
Have
it.
you had Leon yet?
No, that
Okay.
We
Everything.
want it to happen.
That mutt.
I just say Mutt, his new stuff is so good.
It's magic to the ears.
Dude, and the fact that he's gone on to be like a multi-Grammy winner and like, of course.
Crazy.
Duh.
Of course.
Oh my gosh. No,
He was such a gift to, like, what a quiet giant. Even while we were working with him. Just a true, because to know Leon, I mean, I could say this about all the cast, but like, he is really a special human to his core. Very sweet. So gifted. So naturally gifted. And no ego. A beautiful human.
Did you know that he wrote Snooze?
I was
by
just about
SZA?
to say what he did. This is a stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's incredible.
It's so crazy. I think he's written for Ari too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, he's so
He's
good.
just a great collaborator. That's what I mean, a quiet giant.
I think one of my dreams for the kitchen show here that we do is to have Matt come in and do the Broken Glass song.
Oh, he
like,
would
come on.
He would love it.
That's my dream in this life.
I mean, why don't we just call him and ask him? He would love it.
Need to.
I would cry.
We were chatting with him at JoJo Siwa's release party.
Oh, I'm so glad you were there.
It was so fun. And we were
Oh,
chatting
she's a doll.
and we were gonna we should ask him.
We should ask him.
And then at that moment, do you know Jax?
Yes.
Singer. Okay, so Jax immediately
They
walks over.
filmed
She goes,
together. That's how we got connected.
Oh, awesome.
Anyway, so Jax comes up, pulls out, and she goes, "Oh, we're gonna say hi to JoJo now." And we're like, "But we were about to talk to Matt about."
Oh, well, we can make that happen.
have to.
Matt is
my dream.
another one. He's so.
Will you just come hang out every time that we have someone else from Victorious over?
I would love to.
Okay,
Do you think he'll bring the puppet?
He doesn't have the puppet.
He doesn't have the puppet?
Oh, he doesn't have the puppet.
They didn't give him the puppet?
I don't even know where the puppet is.
Oh my god.
It's probably in a museum, MoMA.
That's probably where it is.
Where do you think the time capsule is now?
Excuse me, what?
The time capsule? You don't know about the time
you're
capsule?
You
gonna have
don't
to
know
refresh
about the
my
time capsule on episode 214.
It really just
No, I'm
depends.
kidding.
No,
Like,
not
do
from,
I?
not from Victoria. It's not from Victoria's.
Yeah,
'Cause
what is the
I only
time-
know about this because I worked at Universal in Orlando. But
Oh.
there was a, oh gosh, I don't know. I think in 99 or 98 or something, they made a time capsule at Nickelodeon Studios down there.
Oh.
And all the kids put cell phones and things that were trendy at the time. And they said we'll open it in
Oh my
25, 50
goodness.
years, whatever.
No way.
And then, but when Nickelodeon Studios left there and came to LA, they brought it here.
No way.
So I don't know where the time capsule is now.
It's going to be my job now to figure this out.
I think you have to.
There it is. It's your
That's
job.
wild. Could you imagine if it's still somewhere and we can make that full circle moment come to life?
It's your job to find the
need
time
to.
capsule.
I need to know.
Okay, I'm gonna be nosy. I always want to know. Was there anyone in the cast that you're particularly close with during the filming?
So I don't know if anyone knows that I'm like 4 or 5 years older than all of them. I had the best position ever because I didn't have to do school. So like I was in my own world. Anytime there was a break, I was in my dressing room.
Nice.
And so anytime I saw them and we had scenes with any of them, I was just so happy to make contact with a human because they had this whole like synergistic schoolroom experience and like I couldn't be a part of it. So I was like equally close with all of them. I'd say Liz was kind of like a ride or die for a while, you know, because we got into funness together. Ari was always just had the sweetest spot in my heart because she's just the sweetest little nugget of life.
Nugget of life.
Vic was a sister. Like that's
Right.
it. So it's like, you know how you are with your sister. They just vibe out. That's your girl. And the boys, I mean, all of them. They're my, gosh, you guys, I'm not just saying this. Like, and I've spoken to them all in great lengths recently, and I have nothing but like, oh, I feel so grateful to have been a part of their lives and mutual. Like it's such a special dynamic that I really don't know if I'll ever experience again in my life with a cast. And I just feel really, really lucky. Genuinely.
That's really nice to hear.
Well, to do like a
Truly.
to do a small pivot, but still on topic of that, I saw. I guess this is now the time to mention it. There was an article published about a potential Victorious spin-off involving Trina coming back as a teacher, maybe at Hollywood Arts. I know I'm treading lightly here, everybody.
No, it's all good.
But I thought it was really sweet to see all of the support from the cast members of the original show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really
It was
special.
super, super, super important to me that I had their support. So conversations with them were like top of mind. And all I have to say is that like the conversations that I had with them filled me up in a way that I just didn't expect. I really didn't expect. Like it can make me emotional just thinking about it because and me being like so respectful, I didn't save any of the voice notes, and I just will always cherish the way that they made me feel. And honestly, like Ari showed up in a way that like and prefaced things in a way that made me look at the whole new experience, you know, in a really amazing, purposeful light, and I'm really grateful for that.
Not me about the cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's
super, super
amazing.
special. I was standing in my kitchen post like sickness because I was just
Sure.
come see you guys. And so I was already just like in that haze. And I remember getting off the call or hearing the voice note and then putting the phone down. And like, I just like, the waterworks were so new for me. Like I didn't expect to feel so moved. And it was really cool to hear not only their support, but just like, they're so mature. You know, and we don't see each other all the time, but like, you know, we all equally support each other, and it was just like a new side of everyone that like was really, really special.
So they just then found out as well, like
Yeah.
with the rest of us.
No,
Wow.
prior.
Okay.
Shortly prior.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know that the articles were going to come out that soon.
Right.
But I was given the permission to then tell them, which I was so grateful because I'd been
Right.
sitting on that for a while and wanting to gauge because I'm very sensitive to the fact that like this was a very powerful ensemble cast, and it was what it was because of that. So I just wanted to make sure that it would have meant it just really it couldn't have gone better.
Right.
Is what I just really couldn't have gone better.
In the world of the spin-off, is there room for some of these characters to come back?
The door is wide open. Wide open.
We gotta get Ari in a red wig, yo.
Oh,
We gotta make it happen.
that
would
would be
love it.
insane.
That
That
would
would
my
really
mind.
be insane.
Could you imagine like the 30-something-year-old cat is still just like
Rockin'.
full red hair?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I would love to know a 30-year-old cat. Like, what is she doing? You
What
know?
is she doing?
And did I read that you are part of like the development team?
So yeah, I'm an EP. I feel really excited about that piece. I've never been an executive producer. I mean, I've tried to certainly produce and pitch
Yeah.
and things along the way, but nothing that's like gotten to this point. And that's purely, I think, if I'm being honest, like out of maybe respect, like to just the association, the connection I have to like the original concept. And we're going to figure out what that really entails. Like I have my own idea around, there will be cast. And so it's super important for me to hold a certain morale and make sure that everyone feels seen and heard and appreciated, respected, and also I'll try to create like a feeling of just this cohesive family environment where I want to keep egos at bay and just the beautifulness that I was so lucky to be a part of. And yeah, so that's in my mind, I'm like, I understand the creative piece of being and the responsibility of being an EP, but really for me, it's more so like, how do I maybe mentor and just be there in a way that hopefully is really beneficial to, whoever's on set.
Amazing.
I don't even know what
Sorry.
to say.
I know.
I'm
I'm just soaking it in.
I'm so excited for you. This is incredible.
Thank you. I'm really
I want to be way more nosy, but I feel like we should be respectful of the fact that this is
to be fair, I know so little at this point.
You know as much as we do.
It's really in that stage where, yes, there was an announcement and I read more details in that announcement than I was privy to. So
nice. That's always a fun feeling.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, so this is where we're at.
Well, I think here's a fun game we can play. Obviously, you can't tell us any working titles, but what if we try and come up with what we can call the show?
Well, it's so TBD, so please.
Okay. So my working title, because I've obviously thought about this immediately, the original show was called Victorious, and the like Tory part of it, Victorious.
Sure.
So we're now going to call it Trina. Thoughts?
I mean, I think it's a good starting point.
Okay.
In the vein of not trying to step on anyone's toes, I think that we could shelf it for maybe actually an episode title could be really fun.
That's really great.
Okay.
Right?
That's really great.
Episode. Okay, cool.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, maybe like one of the kids finds the video of your sister doing the pilot episode performance, and they're like, yeah, you probably couldn't have done it, could you? And then you turn up and you're like, this is what I would have done.
Are we writers?
I mean, if you could just logline these and send them to me,
hire us, please. I'm dying. This is amazing.
No, but you know what's interesting in that same sort of like sentiment? I one of the things that is important to me, if I can get this message across, is I like how grateful I am to our core audience and also to everyone on the internet. It meant so much. That leak was more so for the world, like to gauge public opinion, to gauge interest, to ensure that there is a really sweet spot for something like this. And that was one of the coolest things to come of it, was knowing that this could work and that we have a lot of support. And with that, I want to recognize how important it is to have that support. So I'm kind of playing with some ideas around, could we involve the internet and bring in talent in some way?
Well, who are you talking about in particular?
I'm just suggesting that, like, if there's a world where I can get that beyond the line and make that come to fruition, I love the idea of opening it up in some way, some shape.
How's your calendar looking?
I think we're... I think
we're good.
I will be free that day.
That one day, right?
Yes,
I'm so glad that day's
well,
free.
let's shoot higher that week.
Okay,
that week. Yeah.
We'll give it some padding
Absolutely.
in the event that things change.
Of course.
Exactly.
If you need us for multiple scenes.
Yes.
Or
seasons,
right.
whatever
right?
makes sense.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, like series regular, like whatever.
Right. Yeah.
This is amazing.
That's absolutely so exciting. We're so thrilled for you.
Thank you.
Okay, my one question before we pivot.
Okay, here we go.
I would love to chat about Daniella's Digest. Right before we do that, I'm curious to know how you feel like the internet and you bringing Trina's character to TikTok and Instagram so successfully, do you feel like that helped get this project off the ground?
Fascinating. That's a great point. It's very plausible. I mean, for sure, because it could have been any one of us. I guess, I would say that the internet has been probably a big help in that they showed the support that needed to be there in order for this to even be a concept. And I am so forever appreciative of just all of the support from the internet, because it's so powerful. We see it time and time again. You matter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to know your take on that. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely think that like Trina's life on the internet has been like maybe the biggest. I mean, I can say this. You're not allowed to agree, I don't think. But like, I think it's maybe been like the biggest thing that's lived on from the show. Like, everyone knows it. Everyone knows Chicago. Everyone knows these scenes of you just going crazy. And like, it's been such a huge moment. Like, as like the consumer for it, like, if I feel like I see the most stuff from Trina now, you know.
That's super cool. And I think like what's even cooler is that it's very easy for her to not be likable.
Yeah.
And somehow she's still likable.
Because of you.
I really hope. And what I'm excited about is the idea of just the layers that we don't know and playing with that and still always being Trina, but the layers.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, now I give us all permission to move on to Daniella's Digest.
Let's get into Life After Victorious. Let's get in, or well, I guess Life After and Before New Victorious.
Life in the intermission of the Victoriouses.
Of the Victoriouses.
Intermission.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
like
just grab this
that.
cable real fast.
Oh yeah, do that.
There we go.
So I said in the intro that you are a bit of a lifestyle entrepreneur now. Like, hello. Please tell us everything there is to know about Daniella's Digest. I am so obsessed. I was on the website this morning just like scrolling and reading so much.
Thank you.
And please start exactly with the strawberry muffins you made this morning.
Oh, of
Right,
course.
right.
Yeah, circling back to the strawberry muffin.
Right. Okay. Closing the loop on that.
Yeah. I've been vegan for 25 years. So plant-based eating has been a huge part of just my life, right? And I think organically, people have always been, not always, but some people have been curious about the how and the why.
Yeah.
And so at one point or another, I realized like, is there a world where I can reach more people than just like a friend via text, you know? Like, so the Digest is essentially that. It's a web-based app, so you can have it on any device. It doesn't take up like space on your phone. You could save it as like a widget to your phone, so it's easy to get to. And we have thousands of recipes. And I'm really funny about recipes, I think, because I'm Italian. It's hard for me to follow recipes. So they're easy, they're approachable, they're colorful. They're all the things I would want them to be. And anyone of any level of skill of cooking could jump in and feel like they're being met where they are. It's also very intuitive. So when you first sign up, you'll take like the quickest quiz, but it's just so that we can understand like, what kind of appliances do you have at your house? Like how many people are you feeding? You know, do you have allergies? Do you not want to put mushrooms or whatever? And so after that, you kind of get access to this world of recipes and meal plans if you're into that. So you can really organize like, what recipes am I going to make this week? And then what's nice is it's integrated with Instacart and Amazon Fresh. Nice. So you could have anything from the website or the app like sent directly to your door. So if there's like a recipe that you're loving or you have a whole meal plan set up for the week and you need all the ingredients, we'll then just send them to you. Like it'll just kind of like show up because it's integrated with your local grocery stores and your local delivery services. So then we have our deals. And the deals are really because, well, I love a deal. And I know that there are certain products there, and I'm not a big consumer, so I don't like to always push like buy this. And I try not to do a ton of ads in general.
Right.
But the deals for the products that are on there are like very curated, like super high quality wellness, like products that I actually love and use. And then also things like a Vitamix where it's like, you know, you're either going to wait until you're married to get that or you're going to like get a deal for it and save up and whatever. So there's that. And then we have coaches and you can coach with people like one-on-one, direct on Zoom, on the phone, whatever. And they can help you in any way that makes sense in terms of like making a more plant-based lifestyle accessible.
Wow. This is beautiful.
And we are only like, at this point, well, this month it's $69 for the year. So that comes out to like $1 a week or something like that. And I want it to be, again, like, I really want it to be easy. I want it to be a no-brainer. I want it to be helpful and kind of like a big sis of the plant-based eating world. And also, I'm a no judgment zone, like 0. So if you're not vegan and you're not wanting to like, you know, make that sort of change and you just want like to integrate more plants into your diet, like by all means, like you can throw a piece of fish on your plate and then have this as like a side
cool
or
salad,
yeah, or maybe you want to eat plant-based twice a week, 3 times a week, whatever. Where we meet you where you are.
Now,
no
you said
judgment.
moments ago that you're a judgment-free zone. However,
Period.
However, when Jonathan mentioned a specific type of pasta that he
sure.
uses,
and that's
you had a lot of
actually
judgment.
the only thing.
Okay.
Fair.
That's
fair.
actually the only thing.
Are we gonna name them or no? We probably.
Honestly, here's the thing: they've got room to grow, and I will be there 100%. I think the sentiment was right.
Yeah.
A chickpea pasta makes all the sense in the
Right.
world to me. I'm actually not judging the chickpea of it all.
Right. You're judging maybe like the other things that are
I
packaged
think
with
that there
it.
are better options as like a
Right.
holistic product, and in this day and age, like options are beautiful. Like to have a
Right.
choice.
Yeah. Are you a big Erewhon shopper?
Unfortunately, I do frequent Erewhon.
I feel this for
The
you.
one of the air, and I have to keep it at bay. I'm on a budget.
Right.
Okay.
She's on a budget.
Question for you.
I'm ready for the Daniella Monet smoothie.
Oh,
at
Oh, we
Erewhon.
need that.
Say less.
That'd be so
wait.
good.
It's so much on my
Victoria's
vision
collab.
board.
The Trina Vega smoothie.
Okay,
when the show
done.
comes out.
Done.
Well,
done.
I always thought if the digest ever got to a place, like I love the idea of like a Daniella's Digest smoothie because
Yeah.
who doesn't want to digest?
Okay.
Right.
Right.
But
it's all
I'll
stuff-
take any
Go
collab.
digestion.
A little
all stuff
digest
that
for
aids
the
in-
bloating girlies.
This is amazing.
Right,
We
there's a
just
lot
came
of
up with
synergy.
it. Wow, Erewhon has to pay us.
Girl, I've been trying to be up in their DMs.
Okay.
Okay.
And what's happening? Are
And
they just
I'm
not
not
getting
sure.
enough? Right.
I'm on silent. I've been muted.
Just wait. Just wait. They'll come
We'll
knocking.
see. We'll see.
I know that like with plant-based meal prep, sometimes like cost can be a bit prohibitive. I'm curious to know, like, is that at all factored into maybe like the products that you recommend depending on like the price point people can afford?
Yeah, so that's actually so amazing. We don't have anything that's like actually targeting, let's say, cost, but if you check or you add your items to your grocery store, whatever you're integrated with,
Right.
it's gonna choose the most cost-effective version. What I love about it is that you can then go through your
Swap it
list
out.
and swap things out. If you're a Justin's peanut butter lover, swap in the Justins. But if you want to keep that Skippy, like you're Gucci. You know, like
Perfect.
we are about you and your
I
process,
love that.
your taste buds. We're just here to support and amplify.
Love.
That was part of our earlier conversation. Jonathan's, we opened up this cabinet here. Actually, can they see it on camera? Can I show it?
I guess.
And there's just a big old Skippies in there, y'all.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's
Yeah.
Listen,
We love it.
no judgment.
Well, let me ask you
No-
this.
no judgment from you, but judgment from me.
I used to eat Jif.
Okay. It's
do
a
you think
sister, I
Skippy-
would imagine. Like, what is that? It feels like they're the same.
Yeah.
Z's.
Okay, I was gonna ask, like, is Skippy like at all beyond?
No, mama
No, they're the same.
mia.
Okay, I didn't get it thinking it was healthy. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, I know. And that's okay because indulging is also healthy. And what did I say before? If you're eating a donut, but you're eating it stress-free, it's a good donut.
I mean, honestly,
Do I eat donuts very often? No, I'll probably make them.
right?
But
right.
like, I think, it's all about our stress levels and keeping those at bay.
Like to me, like for me, peanut butter is. This is gonna be a little sad, maybe. It's like a little bit of a dessert.
Oh, it's
I'll do a
great.
big tablespoon, and that's kind of like that's
It's a lollipop. It's the It's the
exactly
the protein. It's the keto
And wait,
lollipop.
and a little trick,
Right.
What I
No,
like to do,
It's definitely a lollipop.
a few chocolate chips on top.
Oh, please, by all means.
great.
You're not stuffing dates and like loading that thing up with
Right.
some little sea salt. Like, I'm
Oh,
just.
the sea
Have you
salt.
ever stuffed a date?
Have
I
you
have-
stuffed a date though, bro?
Well- That's
I mean, no
Yeah.
judgment.
I've.
Stuff them dates.
So you can take a date.
Yeah, and
How
you
do
stuff it.
How do you stuff?
You want to open it up. Take the seed out.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
put a little nut in there.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll put an almond in my date. Just a singular nut.
I love that.
I prefer 2 nuts, to be fair. I'm actually being honest. I think the ratio is actually proper 2 nuts to a date.
I kind of feel like I'm trying to be serious here.
And I am too.
Can you please be professional?
I'm also being
It's
need
about
you,
fiber.
please-
It's actually.
Right.
Can I talk to dates for a second?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dates-
This is your camera. Talk to the dates directly.
Dates. The way that you came into this world, sweet as can be, so naturally perfect. It's not sticky. It's just sticky on the inside, but you can hold it on the outside and you can throw it. It's bite size. The way that it fits the mouth hole, it's the perfect amount of sweet. But wait, that's not all because low glycemic. like shockingly low glycemic. You could have an abundance of dates and your blood sugar is even keeled. It's coasting. And for that reason, I think dates should sponsor this episode.
Oh, beautiful.
Great.
And that's what's going on right now. This episode is sponsored by fruit, the date.
Thank you.
Yes.
Loved that.
Thank you. Well, now everybody
game
knows.
time?
Yeah. Now everybody knows DaniellasDigest.com, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, go check it out, y'all. Alrighty. I think it's time to get into our game, y'all.
Okay.
It's game time.
Okay.
We have these beautiful little kitchen utensils over here because I don't know if anybody saw our Victorious Quiz Part 1 on TikTok, but it's time for Victorious Quiz Part 2, and Jonathan's going to explain it a little deeper now.
Yes. I think it's called Part 2 : hard.
Hard.
Harder than before.
Oh,
God.
Only one's victorious. In this classic trivia game, I will ask Daniella and Anthony the hardest victorious trivia questions ever asked. When either Daniella or Anthony know the answer, they will raise their kitchen utensil, and when I say your name, you will answer the question. One correct answer equals 1 point.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheers.
Here we go.
I'm so scared.
I already failed before we started. So.
I wish we had a button we
man.
could push that like a spotlight comes down, it blacks out the outdoor,
Okay.
like crazy music.
So we're just like, we're going to raise it first. Okay.
Yes. So I have to have
gotta be
really
the
good
judge.
hand-eye
Okay.
coordination. Okay.
Yes.
Here we go. What is the name of Jade's favorite movie?
The scissoring?
Correct.
Come on, that's easy.
I was going to say scissor something, but I had to be careful with that one.
Fair.
Could've gone
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 2. What is the name of the children's band that the friends form for a gig? Daniella.
The Diddly Bops?
Correct.
Beautiful.
Okay, question number 3. What country is Beck from?
Oh, I have no idea.
Heaven.
There we go.
Wow. Isn't he a gift?
I have no idea.
Where is he from? Okay, who do we plead? The fifth?
I will give you a hint. It is traditionally considered an American ally, a very close American ally.
Oh, Canada?
Ding, ding,
right,
ding.
he's Canadian. Yes.
IRL?
There we
Right,
go.
that's
Too
the whole
easy.
thing.
Ding,
And-
ding, ding.
And then his friend Moose comes to town. Remember that
Okay,
episode?
yeah,
you don't.
I do.
You don't know that episode.
There we go.
Okay.
Right.
Rings
right,
a
right.
bell. Yeah.
Question number 4. Why did Trina pee on Santa Claus at the mall when she was 6?
I don't know. Wow.
Go ahead.
Was he stung by a jellyfish?
No.
Because you're supposed to do that.
How about this? It's a kind of infection.
It had to have been something like that.
Right.
Oh.
Half point if you can guess the kind of infection that would
Was
cause
it
you to
the-
pee on Santa Claus.
Oh, she had a urinary tract infection?
No.
Okay, that's no.
Did he have some like foot thing?
No, it was a bladder infection.
Oh, she had a bladder infection.
She had a bladder.
bladder
Yeah, she had it. Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, that's so advanced.
Right.
Yeah, I don't even know. I was thinking
Wow.
about that episode where Trina's like, there's like fish in a tank.
yeah, the
and they're
feet.
like, the
Yeah.
foot thing.
Oh,
Okay.
there is an additional paragraph I'm supposed to read for this
Oh,
question.
oh.
It says, when Trina burst in the door in the middle of class to see Dale, Tori told her to stop embarrassing her or Tori would embarrass Trina. She then told the whole class that when Trina was 6, they went to the mall before Christmas and Trina peed on Santa Claus. Trina left but came back a short while later to defend herself by saying she had a bladder infection that day.
That's right, that day. That's so good, man.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, I'm
She
losing
would.
hard.
Wow.
She is
Wait,
like
Lewis, are you
redemption
tracking the
in a-
points?
And she's got 2 right now. I got 1.
2-1. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Why does Tori have to babysit her older sister Trina when her parents are on vacation?
She got her
Anthony.
wisdom teeth taken out.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So good.
Number 6. What is Sinjin's last name?
No,
Anthony?
you don't.
Von Cleef.
You're
Van Cleef.
Van
kidding me. Gosh, you're such an angel, baby.
I'm such a fan.
He's gonna earn his way into that writer's room.
I'm such a fan. I'm so.
It's special, and
I'm
I
so
really enjoy it.
It's definitely something.
Okay. Question number 7. Don't pretend to not know the answer. I know you're gonna try and do that.
I'm gonna try.
What food does Kat become completely obsessed with?
Bibble.
Was that like a dog food?
No, it was.
just sounds like one.
It was like a popcorn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, should we give Daniella a 10-second head start on
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
No.
You're gonna start on this one.
I think it's perfect. This is how it should be.
What are the names of the 2 girls who are the reigning champions of the singing competition?
The names of the girls?
I don't
Yes.
I know the real names. One of them.
Okay.
Fun fact. One of them's Jamie Snow, and
Okay.
she is our casting assistant.
Love that.
And she was also, prior to being a casting assistant, fun fact, she was Ariana's stand-in on Victorious, and she mentioned to Krisha Bullock, I really want to be in casting. And it wasn't long after that, I just heard this story. Krisha said, I need an assistant. Will you be it? And she said, let me think about it.
Oh my god.
And she thought about it because it was a bit of a pay cut from being a stand-in.
Right.
But ultimately, 15 whatever years later, they're still Krisha and Snow casting.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Give her the point. Give her the point.
Yeah, you know, you get the point for that.
And the correct answer is Haley and Tara.
Haley and
Would have never. I would have
right.
never.
And one of their dads owns the karaoke place.
Yes,
and
karaoke dokie.
Yeah.
Okay, we are down to the last 2 questions.
Okay.
Question number 9. That was the longest drawn out 9. Question number 9. What is the consequence of the bet between Tara, Haley, Kat, and Jade at the karaoke bar?
Oh, I mean, it's something. Is it eating something?
The episode is. I don't know the answer you're looking for. It's the Freak Out episode, and they're like.
Was it Take a Hint, the song of that karaoke experience?
No, it was Give It Up.
Give It Up.
Me knowing. And so it was basically like they.
Oh, gosh, it just came to me.
Yeah, what do you know it? Raise your spatula.
It was it babysitting?
No, it was babysitting Trina with the wisdom teeth. That's what it was.
There we go.
That was it. Because I was gonna get into the whole thing where it was like they had to pick one person if that one person could beat them, and it was Tori as Louise Nordoff.
That's right.
And she sang Freak the Freak Out.
Gosh, that was a beautiful.
Yeah.
One thing I love about Victoria's that they did so well was prosthetics.
Right.
We kicked it off with the tongue, and we just went from there.
And I also loved the names of the people in that show.
Yes,
like
brilliant.
Louise Nordoff and
So good.
and St. John Van Cleef. Like,
Because
what?
when the writers were so good at being funny that even the names made you laugh. Like it was as simple as
St.
that.
John Van Cleef. Okay, we have one more question.
Okay.
Don't get it.
I'll try not to.
I mean, you gave me that last one, and I barely could
What
get
are
it.
you talking about?
I meant Anyways,
You intuited it
It
from my
was.
eyes.
Oh,
Thank you.
We're so in sync.
Okay, number 10. What job does Trina and Tori's dad have?
Daddy, what is it?
Is he a cop?
He is?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
He was a cop.
Yeah.
What did the mom do?
Because I remember the mom would always talk about his cop friend.
Stop.
Do you remember this plot point?
No, but that's really.
She would often talk about the friend, and it was very implied that they were having an affair.
Oh my gosh, it's so sad. Okay, well, there's that.
That was our 10th question.
Wow, you're a king.
I'm
Yeah.
I
sorry.
expected no less. Please don't
and I
apologize.
also-
You kept up though.
I tried. I added some context, some
Yeah,
value in other
yeah,
ways.
yeah.
And I deeply promised to the audience I did not see those beforehand.
I
at
think they
all.
believe
It
you.
just,
I-
I actually hope that people play along.
Yeah, that,
Same.
Yes. Yeah, how'd you guys do at home? Let us know.
Yeah, drop that in the comments.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well with that,
With that, that's our
that's
show.
our show.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
Take us
He
home.
was a good friend of mine. Well,
I never understood a single word he said,
Sing it.
but I
Hey.
helped him drink his wine.
woo!
Yeah.
Yes, he always had some mighty fine wine.
Mighty fine
I'm singing
wine.
joy
To the world, all the boys and girls. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for coming in.
That was
Thank
beautiful.
you.
All right, follow at Daniella Monet everywhere.
Yeah.
And
Thank
Danielle's Digest.
There we
Let's
go.
do it.
And just keep being awesome. Love you guys.
Yay.
Bye. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this episode of Counter-Melodies.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you never miss a moment from us.
See you soon.